delusional freak out ever. I don't know. I saw this in my recommended. I was actually pretty curious to watch this. I know I don't usually watch like random videos like this on here. Usually it's more like gaming news videos and stuff like that, and like gaming like exposés and stuff. But I'm actually kind of curious about this one because it just seemed like a pretty funny.
A delusional
video.
psychopath tried swatting someone. What happens next will shock you. Dusting off the old Darman reference here for this one. So some miserable, horrible lady tried to swat someone. I'm sure I don't need to explain what swatting is. It's a horrible, bad thing that'll land you permanently on Santa Claus's naughty list. And this lady looks and sounds like she's one glass of wine away from passing out face first into her copy of 50 Shades of Grey, but in between bouts of consciousness, she decided to commit a huge crime of swatting. And boy howdy, the shoe went on the other foot real quick. They actually found her. And when they brought her into custody, she started launching sonic-based attacks at the officers. It's a wild ride that I can't wait to take you on, thanks to Code Blue Cam here providing all of the footage. We get a POV of what it's like to encounter a real-world Banshee. But before we even see her, let's go ahead and get brought up to speed with the lore. The call, the emergency that she phoned in.
Hi, there's a man with a gun, shooting with a gun. Can
There's
you
a
spell the
man
street name? I
shooting
can't
a
understand
gun.
you. Do you have me on speakerphone? He's shooting with a gun. I understand that, and I'm going to send help, but I need to understand the street name. Okay, and who is shooting with a gun? There's a man. He lives there. Okay, what is the man's name? I have no idea. Okay, how do you know this is going on? Oh my God, he's out there with a gun shooting rabbits. Okay, how do you know this is going on?
Because she sees it. What do you mean?
He's shooting everywhere. Answer my questions. How do you know this is going on?
No doubt she's a classically trained actress. That is a very
Wait, can we talk about that? How do you know this is going on? How do you know this is going on? Like, what? Do they actually do that? Like, it's like, obviously she can see it.
convincing performance. Those acting chops could bring a tear to the
Like,
eyes
obviously,
of
if
even
she's
Margot
faking
Robbie.
it, doesn't matter, but, you
She
know what I
is
mean?
using it for evil, nefarious purposes. So
I'm
she's
saying, like,
talking
what if
about
it
a
was
man
real?
who's shooting. He's shooting rabbits. He's shooting everywhere. And refuses to give any, like, real info, and then, like, pauses after the operator's asking her how she even knows this is going on. She doesn't answer and then just hangs up.
Based on the nature of the
Yeah, it's
call,
kinda goofy
all
both
on-duty
ways.
Brookfield police officers responded to the area immediately.
Bravo 521, I'm 23. There's nothing going on here. This is most likely a swatting call.
Dispatch later informed
Swatting
that the
call.
female caller had reached out again, stating she could see the man on her cameras and that he was still firing his weapon.
They sent out the whole kit and caboodle like they were about to bring down Cobra Commander. They got there, found nothing, but then the mysterious caller reaches out again,
Surprised they
saying the
sent that
same
many
thing,
people.
that this maniac is out there firing his weapon. There's a maniac on the loose and we gotta get him. Only the officers were there. There was no gunshots. They even searched the area for casings, found nothing. They asked the homeowner nearby, nothing. So they were pretty confident it was a swatting call.
While clearing the scene, the female continued to call 911 repeatedly from an unknown number. A sergeant instructed the clerks to forward all her calls to his desk phone.
She called them again and again and again, repeatedly just spitting this fraudulent fairy tale, this gobbledygook horseradish. I don't know what she was even fucking thinking at this point. She's like the Riddler, but 50 times as stupid. She's the voices in so my she's head. Over there just spewing this shit. They are at the scene, so they know it's not real, and they just start forwarding those calls to Ace Detective Phoenix Wright's personal desk phone, and he happens to recognize her voice from previous interactions.
Bro, what?
Let that sink in for a moment. Marinate on that thought. A police officer interacts with so many people, and most of those interactions, I imagine, aren't overly positive. Do you know how annoying you have to be to have an officer remember your voice? That you were such a fucking nuisance that your voice left an imprint in their brain that even just audibly hearing you can activate a Winter Soldier moment for them where they remember your name and everything.
I remember who you are, what you did to me.
Because
it's like that
you
whole thing.
stained them with how annoying you were.
When she called again, he recognized her voice from previous interactions. A
Not
quick
the Apple
in-house
phone.
database check soon revealed her identity as 36-year-old Ashley Corbin.
Is that consistent with what you say you're observing?
Is it bad that she literally looks mentally ill to me? Like, maybe it's just the picture, but this girl, like, she looks like she's mentally ill and she makes e-girl edits online.
As 36-year-old Ashley Corbin.
Is that consistent with what you say you're observing?
Yeah.
Okay, we have gone to the area where you have claimed this has been happening 3 times tonight.
Yeah.
Yep, you've seen this. Then?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he got asshole Ashley on the horn here in order to corroborate these reports, saying that you've called 10 times now all about this, we've been out there and have seen nothing, and she's just like a broken record saying, yeah, yep, yes. Like, she is a malfunctioning NPC. All she can say is, yeah. And
It's like
he's
in
just
Skyrim.
pressing her like, hey, we didn't see anything, you know, what's going on? She eventually says that the guy shooting is on camera, so the officer says, well, we'd love to see that footage. Shocker, she's got no footage to show.
I would love to see the video footage if that's something that you could provide for us, because we have been unable to locate him. And I sent an officer to look at that with you.
No. We want him to be stopped.
What's going to happen?
Who's
moving
we?
forward, we're going to be conducting an investigation
Her and the voices in her head? Who's we?
for swatting. Are you familiar with that term?
I hope so. I hope that you guys are gonna take his property into custody and investigate his whole
What is she
property.
yapping
I
about?
swear to God.
Well,
Her body is screaming for water, but the only thing it's getting is more and more wine. She is plastered. You can clearly hear it. She is not able to
We-
process at all what's happening here. He's even telling her to her face that they are investigating her for swatting, and she's like, oh, thank heavens. Goodness gracious, it's about time you guys do your job. He's an absolute menace out there. He's
Dude, it's the drunk, unemployed Karen while her rich husband is out here working. Or maybe he's not even rich. He's just hard working out here, paying for this bitch's bills. And she's over here like, they're here, oh my god. She's got like a glass of wine. She's like drunk as fuck in her like reclining chair.
he's shooting, and you need to go investigate his property. You need to take his property. I pray to God you go take his property. This and that. She doesn't realize
It'd be funny, she's
what
sitting
is
on her
happening
lawn
here
porch.
at all. Like, swatting is a very serious thing. Again, I'm sure you're all familiar with it, but people die from swatting. So it's something that's taken super seriously here, and she is not able to wrangle that fact at all.
Well, we're worried about our kids.
yep, you've said that
Who's
a couple
we?
times, ma'am. If you were so worried about your kids, I think you'd be willing to talk to an officer about it.
Are you kidding me? Do you really?
Are you kidding me?
Really?
Yep.
Want to go there?
We're going to pull the
You
phone
wanna
records
go there?
from the phone company. We'll write the subpoena. Have you had any drinks tonight, ma'am?
Are you crazy?
No, ma'am. I'm trying to conduct this investigation for you.
Are you a crazy person?
Nope.
He's been shooting rabbits and doing all kinds of stuff.
He started to sniff out that she might be intoxicated, but Ashley's putting on a strong show of sobriety to throw him off the trail. Drunk? Me? No. You crazy? You a crazy person? Is that what's going on here?
So, we're gonna end this. He's gonna pay us $1,500.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah, sure is.
Her neurons started to desperately fire as
Bro,
the
what?
realization must have started to sink in that they're not buying her story. So she starts to panic a little bit and tries to write a conclusion to the fanfic about how they just shook hands with $1,500 and everything's hunky-dory now. No need to send any pesky officers out there to check anything out because it's all squared away now, huh? Job well
Bruh.
done.
Ashley Corbin, I remember her.
That's who I think it is. I think it's Ashley.
Bro, it is not good that they remembered.
Is this Ashley?
Yeah, no, this is not Ashley.
Okay. This is Sergeant Griebling with the Brookfield Police Department. You called us?
Who is Ashley?
I thought this was Ashley.
Why would you think that?
The tables
Why
turn. The
would you
officers are
think
pretty
that?
sure it's
I'm
Ashley,
not
so
Ashley.
they call her this time to try and confirm those suspicions. And I think it's pretty obvious from the second she answers the phone, they got her. But she's trying to play it cool. Ashley? No, this is not Ashley. What makes you think it's Ashley? My name is Born.
Bernard.
I'm actually surprised she answered this call with her normal inebriated voice instead of trying to fool them, throw a monkey wrench into their hypothesis by answering the phone with an accent or something.
Hello, this is
Good
Ashley.
morning to ya! You know, something like that, and they'd be like, oh, well, clearly it can't be Ashley. This caller wasn't Irish, so we got the wrong person.
Guess what? My name's Lindsay. You can stop
Ashley. Thank you.
Hey, stop
Okay,
calling me
you should probably slow down on the
Ashley.
drinking tonight, ma'am.
You should probably fucking stop being a fucking bitch.
Okay.
How about that?
The call starts to devolve into her treating this call like it's an Xbox Live lobby. So
Yeah.
she just keeps calling him a bitch.
You a bitch. Get out of here. Don't call me. Don't tell me when
It really
to
gets
stop.
very interesting. It's like a League of Legends chat at this point.
It was also revealed that Ashley had an active felony
Nope, my bad.
warrant and had repeatedly called another police agency earlier that day using vulgar and profane language.
Sorry. Whoa! Where's he? Come on, get straight, Prince. Get straight, Prince. No. Come on. Let's go, bud. Come on.
We get some more lore on Ashley, and the deeper it gets, the more confused I become at how someone can end up like Ashley. She was apparently calling another police agency that day as well to spew some mumbo jumbo, and then they eventually find her outside with her dog, and then she's yanking on the dog's leash, which eventually pops the leash off of the dog, and then she has to go on the side quest to get the dog back to get it inside. It's quite a journey.
I want my attorney present.
Oh my god, she looks like a Karen.
Thank you. So I'm not going to talk to anybody without my attorney present.
Very well. I will pass on the
Stop holding the dog's
We'll see
dick.
what they say.
After a lengthy mission, they do finally get the dog, and the way she's holding him, she's holding it like it's a bieweapon.
Yeah, she is.
I've never seen
I have
someone
my
hold
bazooka.
a dog like that in my fucking life. She's got the dog's wiener pointed at the officers. I think she was hoping that he'd start peeing or something as a distraction so she can make a run for it. I don't know. But she's like holding the dog almost
Should
like
be
it's
a
the
movie.
fucking Heisman Trophy or something. Like, I don't get what she's doing.
I've never seen
Like,
someone
with
hold a
that
dog
dog.
like
I feel
that.
terrible for the dog. Honestly, the best thing that could have happened is the dog gets off the leash and finds a new owner. Because she seems remarkably fucking lost and beyond off her gourd.
So, no, I'm not.
People like this, they pamper and feed the dog. I'm sure the dog has a great life besides the weird holding.
Doing a swatting thing with a prick foot. Are you kidding me?
That is not a good angle for her.
That is a serious joke. Ken is a psycho.
I don't even know who Ken is.
The guy.
We honestly don't know
The
much.
guy?
We were told.
His face! Wait, can we go back to his face? Wait.
This joke. Ken is a psycho.
I don't even know who Ken is.
The guy.
We honestly don't know
I don't even know who, like, look how lost he is. Like, what?
much of what's going on.
We were told here to come pick you up, that you have warrant, and Brookfield wants to talk.
I date a Brookfield officer.
I
Okay.
date a Brookfield
My
officer.
man is an officer.
He's in the inside.
I'm not gonna say because I don't want to.
You just said Singleton.
It's pretty clear that this woman is a pathological liar, and it only gets worse. She throws out some really heinous accusations in a bit. So right now, she's talking about how she wasn't behind the swatting. That's a very serious joke. That's not a knee slapper or a gut buster that you make gags out of. She would never do such a thing like that. And then she's talking about how she actually dates an officer. Won't name his name, but she dates an officer, and he probably wouldn't like what's happening here. He probably wouldn't like it. So her whole idea here, I think, was to try and, like, I don't know, say, like, hey, I date an officer, so I shouldn't be arrested, you know?
Special treatment, man. Come on, let me out.
I think that was the plan. It doesn't work, but I think that's what she was going for.
You need to go.
No, you're good. Well, we got
Can you
plans.
please come out?
Hey, be respectful.
No, you can take it.
I was trying to go to the basement. I didn't know I was going to serve.
It's actually incredible how unlikable this woman is.
Jesus.
Just a normal person coming out of the elevator doing normal
the
activities, and
hell?
she yells at them to get out. Like, what the fuck? How can someone possibly be this much of an insufferable piece of shit? It's actually impressive.
That was kind of rude.
I am rude. I'm sorry.
I am rude.
I'm a surgeon. What? I'm a surgeon. I am.
Is she like schizophrenic? I'm a surgeon. I will do it. I will do it. I will perform the surgery. Like, what the
So
fuck?
I'm very particular. So like I'm
What
like
does that have to do with yelling at a lady?
I'm very particular.
I'm sorry.
Now she's saying that she's a surgeon. She just randomly blurts out that she's a surgeon. It's like a child when they're like making up a story when playing pretend, like SpongeBob and SquarePants in that box of imagination. That's her whole brain. I'm spitting. I'm actually spitting. That's how disgusted this woman makes me. She can't stop lying for even a second, and she can't stop being a piece of shit to people around her. And like the officer's even telling her, like, that was rude. Like this was just a person using this elevator, and now you're yelling at them. And she's like, I'm a surgeon! I'm a surgeon! I'm a
I'm
surgeon!
gonna be honest, that's more terrifying than her.
I like things to be particular. And they're like, what? What?
Oh,
what does that have to do with anything?
I do stuff like very particular. Like I do brain surgery.
Okay, let's take a left.
So it's very particular.
So does that mean
I think you might need a surgery yourself, bro. Like, holy shit.
you can be an asshole to people?
I don't deal with people. So it's like I deal with digging in people's brains and digging in. I'm sorry. That's what I do.
Do you know how a brain surgery works? You don't dig into their brain like it's like a fucking hamburger.
D5 and that's it.
Brain surgery.
It's like a taco
I
salad,
like how she
bro.
almost tried to drop some kind of scientific terms like, well, brain surgery. You see, it's actually very complicated, and it's why I'm a little particular about things. I don't deal with people. I'm dealing with brains. You know, you have to go D5. D5. You know, knight to D5. You know, you saw it in Harry Potter when they're playing wizard's chess. Like, you guys wouldn't get it. I won't bore you with the jargon that you couldn't possibly understand with your tiny, feeble minds. Just know that because I'm a brain surgeon, it gives me the right to yell at people. And it gives me the right to call police departments 20 times a night reporting false crimes because, well, it's what I like to do as a brain surgeon.
It's what I like to do while
You're
I have enjoy my glass of
and you
wine.
use me as a scapegoat under the bridge. You guys were harassing me under the bridge. And there was no cameras under there. And you guys were harassing me and raping me under the bridge.
She also left like a big
Say
bag of beer in
harassing
front of
or
someone's
raping?
door and
Let's just, what's
You
up?
guys raped me in the elevator.
Okay.
Yep.
We have body cameras.
And I have marks.
We have body cameras, and if you
Yep,
want
and so do I.
to file a false police report, we can go down that road.
You're lying.
Her next series of lies isn't nearly as humorous as her brain surgeon storyline, where, you know, she received a lobotomy, thus she thinks she's a brain surgeon
Lobotomy.
now or whatever. This
can't say the
one,
word.
she
I
starts
tried.
to try and spin a false rape accusation about how they were raping her on the elevator and under a bridge.
And what they did to me, how they raped me.
Nobody's gonna. We're just having to exit the car.
Yep, and how they raped me.
Nelly, let's go.
Yep, and how he raped me and how this guy raped me. And this guy raped me.
She probably
What
wishes.
is your name? Stop! I'm talking too loud, you raped me! I'm talking too loud, you raped me!
Ashley.
You raped me! He raped me! He raped me! He did! This guy! This guy raped me!
She now embarks on the Screaming Gambit. This is a pretty advanced maneuver you don't see executed super often. Never it's any
Screaming
degree of success
Banshee.
where the person just then starts screeching and squealing. And it's what she does for the rest of the video.
This is the ultimate Karen move. Screech rape so some man comes in and helps you. And then he gets arrested alongside
So
of
she's
you, and
still
then you run.
screaming that they raped her when there is body cam footage to prove that did not happen. That is a blatant lie. All she does is endlessly lie. It's craziness. And that is a awful thing to be lying about. And she's screaming it, and I think the idea was to try and like incite anger, to have like maybe people come in and like, I don't know, push over the officers to save her or something. I don't know
I'll
what.
be real, no one's doing that. I don't like maybe like in a like if you were like at a rally where people are like fighting for something, but dude, no normal person is gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna go help you because you're screaming about rape. They don't give a shit about you. They're just gonna
What
keep
she's
walking.
even trying to do with that accusation when there's clearly evidence that proves contrary. I think it's to try and like get out of the arrest. I don't really know, but it is unhinged lunacy.
The fucking Joker over there,
Ashley, turn back around. Ashley, get back.
bro. Is
on
this
the
a
bench.
4-year-old?
Ashley, you need to sit on the bench right now.
When she eventually does get
Bro,
to the
I don't even
station,
feel like I'm watching a briefing. I feel like I'm watching a kindergartner be told what to do in class.
and she lets out her best Joker laugh that she can muster. And to her credit, it's a pretty maniacal, cartoonishly evil laugh that she pulled off. It's pretty impressive.
Stand up.
Ow! Now you broke my arm!
Sit.
Now you broke my arm!
Ashley, you need to sit down.
You broke my arm!
You broke my arms. Jesus Christ.
Ashley,
Not the Banshee, bro. Like Karen Banshee here, bro.
Lord have mercy on all the poor souls that were watching this with headphones on. They're no
Yeah.
longer with us. So she's now claiming they broke her arm when they went over to try and get her to sit up. They didn't actually even lift her, by the way. The second they, like, touched her, then she started saying that they broke her arm. Another bogus baloney fib here. Liar, liar, plants for hire. Holy cannoli. And now she is absolutely wailing. She is sounding like a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare. She sounds like if Toucan Sam ate a ghost pepper.
It just keeps getting worse. At least make it believable and say you like sprained her arm or something. Sprained her wrist, I don't know.
Why are you hurting me?
if you sit forward, I won't touch you.
Touch me.
Do you have an NCIC for swatting?
Oh God. Swatting. You guys are so fucking stupid.
Because it's so fucking stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. Ugh. Jesus Christ.
She goes on and on and on and on and on. It sounds like the screaming goat meme. So that's kind of where that concludes, but she did receive some charges for it, but really got let off super easy. She, I think, only spent like 6 months in jail for blatant swatting, and she should be counting her lucky stars that they didn't try and pursue some kind of false rape accusation charges as well. I don't know if that's something they even could do, but I'm surprised they didn't try. Like, this really could have been a lot worse for Ashley. Swatting is something that is extremely serious. So she got let off very easily. And man, what a fucking nuisance she is. Holy. That's really about it. So, yeah.
That's about it. Peace. Oh my god. That shit was funny, guys. Well, tell me, guys, if you guys enjoyed this kind of video in the comments below. Tell me what you guys thought about the screaming Karen Banshee. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction video. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Like and subscribe.